Today, we want to talk about one of the Sustainable Development Goals, SDG. Before we go deeper, we need to know what are SDG. The SDG are the policies that replace the Millennium Development Goals, MDG, which start a global effort in 2000 to tackle the dignity of poverty. The MDG established measurable universal agreed objective for tackling extreme poverty and hunger, preventing deadly disease, and expanding primary education to all children, among other development priorities, while the SDG are a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and improve the lives and prospects to everyone, everywhere. The 17 goals were adopted by all UN member states in 2015 as part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which set out a 15-year plan to achieve the goals. One of the SDGs that we want to share is quality education.
The goal that will be discussed from these 17 goals is the fourth SDG, which is to ensure quality education. The purpose is to ensure that all generations of the younger generation can obtain equal quality and compulsory education. This can also shape effective and relevant learning outcomes in the country. Legislation and policies are in order to make education and training systems more equitable and inclusive, leaving no one behind. This requires that all children and youth have access to quality early childhood development, care and education. It also requires enhanced access to post-secondary education, including technical and vocational education, further and tertiary education, including university, accessible to all.
The second point is increase the supply of qualified teachers in developing countries. Teaching is a profession and teachers, school leaders, educators and trainers all play a vital role in the collective responsibility to prepare future generations. Accordingly, greater support and resources are needed for relevant initial and continuous professional development, efficient and effective policies, appropriate recruitment and deployment process, decent working conditions and opportunities for sharing promising practice, professional autonomy and career pathway for teachers. Measures are also needed to prevent teacher attrition to ensure a motivated, supported, highly skilled, qualified, adequately resourced and empowered teaching force. Teachers are the organization and institution should be involved in the development, monitoring and evaluation of education policy.
The third point is universal literacy and numeracy, highlighting that literacy, including functional literacy, is still a major challenge. Greater efforts are needed to eradicate illiteracy through formal and non-formal education and training and ensure equitable access to digital literacy, as well as media and information literacy as a continuum of proficiency levels within a lifelong learning perspective.
The fourth point is increase the number of people with relevant skills for financial success. Higher education and technical and vocational education and training based on collaboration with all relevant stakeholders is important for the future, including regional and national mechanisms for the recognition of higher education and vocational qualifications. Skills acquired through non-formal and informal education and learning also require support.
The last point is education for sustainable development and global citizenship. Social, political, environmental and economic change as well as accelerated technological innovation have profound implications for education and training system. Accordingly, commitment are needed to support lifelong learning opportunities for all to ensure necessary competences for personal development, decent work, and sustainable development with attention to climate change, adaptation, and mitigation.